Hello and welcome to my Sunday Fun. Today is a mukbang and today I have a Cheddar's copycat. So I have Cheddar's copycat. This is BBQ Ribs. Underneath it, you can see I have a steamy casserole with broccoli, cheese. I have croissants that I baked here in casa, and I have seasoned green beans. And this costs about $10 for two people. And I think it's really good. It costed me $10 for two people. I think it's really good. Um, I also have to drink here. I have an orange drink. This is 0 calories, 0 sugar. It's just store brand. It's store brand. Ooh, I feel like it was gonna get real hot, but thankfully the clouds came in and gave us a little bit of cover. I'm gonna try these croissants. I put a little sprinkle of roasted garlic, the McCormick roasted garlic and herb. It was so hot in my kitchen, they like proofed themselves. So I knew they would be soft and delicious. Let's get into the ribs if I can. So, so far so good. It might not be lamb, but honey, baby, best believe I pay for it with my own coin. Get your own bag, sis. Get your own bag, toots. And these came out real nice and juicy. And look at that. Perfect. Honey, without warning. I want to see how I hit on this. Even though they're pre-seasoned, I made a little special sauce. It's super delicious. I like cooking lamb. We could have lamb here too. But my mom would like never forgive me. She loves when I cook lamb. That'd be fun to have a family meal. Mmm. Oh my gosh. Those are so good. These are Kroger brand. I am just amazed. Oh, and prayers and thoughts to the Hurricane Lala victims, which is it's going in Hawaii today. The VSU victims are survivors actually. They're still in hospital and they were rushed to the hospital, so it's kind of scary. So to all the students affected this year, to all the students that are going to school right now, like it's a little bit scary for you, but I want you to, soldier through it and you'll pull through fine. A lot of us go through a lot of things, in and out of school. And school is actually absolutely a big part of where you're going to be in the future. And if you understand that I'm coming from the heart, then you understand that I know it gets better. These are things that we need to talk about as a community and the adults need to discuss, especially gun safety around children. But we will one day talk about it. But for now, I hope that everybody watching that can hear me does something about it. Take action now. It's more better to be productive now than to worry about it in the future. What if? So, as a mother who has lost a son from gun violence, I urge you all to find it within your hearts to understand that this shouldn't continue to affect our youth. This is a cycle, you know? Hit it at the systemic root and put it where it belongs in the past. So, also, the Indonesian earthquake, 7.7 Richter scale. Can you imagine the magnitude here? So, thoughts and prayers to Indonesia. And hopefully, you guys can recover. And yeah, I wish y'all speedy recovery in the aftermath. But definitely thoughts and prayers to all of y'all. So I'm very clear and transparent on my platform. I was talking on my live stream about my ex. And if you've been watching the show, this ex has been one of the stalkers, right? I don't know if I ever clarified that because they tell me, the bigger your spotlight, the more problems you run into. The more money, the more problems. And I guess they expect, there to be stalkers. But like I said, I have security and stuff. But people already know him because he's my ex. And he lived in my neighborhood. So it's like, super cringe. And I didn't know he was here this week. I really didn't. Or maybe I didn't want to believe it. You know? So, and I heard this like tornado, right? And I went live. But afterwards, I heard his voice. He was talking about his friend. And to be honest, he was like hoping his friend was not alive. And so when they said that he was arrested for attempting murder, I was like, oh my gosh, did he do his friend over like that? But if you're not familiar with the beta crowd, they just talk about a bunch of floof. Just whatever they can say in front of the people who don't agree with their politics, right? Their politics. Like they just say what they like consider us the Karens, so they say what we need to hear, so we can leave them alone, right? In their mind, it's like we're bugging them, but he's outside my building, right? But he was like howling off on his friend, and when I heard that, I was like, oh my god, like he got into it, you know, over my dog. No, no. But I mean, he had been lying on his name. But the further I looked into it, the more everybody was like, this is a domestic violence problem. I was like, well, he knows about that because he won't stop coming around. And, you know, and people were just like, obviously, they have a thing in their household where that's okay. Mind you, he has a newborn in his household. Baby mama. Right? Mm-hmm. And then she would go live stream with him on the phone. And he was like, he sounded like he knew exactly what he was doing. He sounded like she was part of something. And she was just laughing it up. Like this whole time she was laughing it up. Until obviously he started calling somebody else, and then she stopped laughing. She was like, why hasn't he called me? He hasn't called me in hours. She's like really upset. Um, Obviously he probably has a problem with Jody, and that's the whole tea. But like I said, I only go by what other people are saying because they have more, access to official information. I only go by what I see and experience in my world. And the last time I checked, I mean, he was stalking me, so we're in Ohio, honey. Hmm. Can you even eat that part? Hmm. You know the dry rub? Y'all always take the dry rub off. Do not take off the dry rub because that's where the crust is formed. See this little piece right here? You can't even eat it. Sorry, bone. So me and my man are safe. Nothing happened to us, thank God. And it's crazy. He picked the right time to do it because you know what? Nobody hurt us. And that's what he does. He chooses to hurt me every time he comes over here. That alone is domestic. What he does behind closed doors is another. Like, we don't know. Like I said, I only go by police reports on that, in those instances. But what he does here, he's out in the open public. No shame. I was gonna say, but considering the charges, if he had any shame, which I was gonna say anyway, if he had any shame, he has very little now. Type of monster stalks his ex, threatens bestie just to impress me? You think I'm impressed? You think I'm impressed? Honey, you didn't try the first time and you're sorry attempt this time. You're sorry attempt, my bad. This time, you know? Mm. And to think like I feel like I needed to be dragged. Why did he feel like I needed to be dragged? Like he could have like you know what I mean? Like he could have kept his hands to himself, but also go back to where you belong. Why are you always here? I don't get it. What do you leave with that is worth that trip? It doesn't make any sense. And he's bragging. He's like, I'm gonna get out in 2 days. When I say, God, please help me, God, please help me. Mm-mm. Like I feel like people gave him all the how do you call it, the chances. They gave him all the chances since he started really fucking up in February. Him and Brie Olsen, right? All the chances in the world, and you land touchdown in Ohio again and again. Like I said, all I hear is that brat on the phone. And why do I have to? Why do I have to suffer? Mm. Why is the last one this good? That was very unattractive. I almost forgot. I actually bleached my teeth last night, but it turns out like you're supposed to bleach your teeth consecutively. How do you do it overnight? I don't get the directions. Can somebody? I'm glad that I chose a small one because the bigger ones were only like 320 something. The Cook ones like this are like 15, and they have them too like that, maybe longer. Um, like $11. But those are regular price right now. It's like the small, I think the small packs and the season packs. I was looking at the clearance. Mm. I think I did pretty good. I don't. I don't think I ever been to Cheddar's. I'd probably try it. Obviously, theirs will probably taste better because they cooked it. You know what I mean? But I like to say that they only cooked it better because they have like a whole kitchen, like pro kitchen. You know what I mean? But I'm glad that I had time to reflect on everything this week because I feel like when you're in a bad mental space, like when somebody does that to you, you just stay that way, like from the first time it happened. Like a piece of you gets stolen, and gets put inside a locker. So somebody locks it up and, sits there patronizing you and just pretending like you have the most normal life and that, you know, nothing's happening, nothing's going on. And it's like, you know, nobody understands unless they've been in a position like that. Because I think in all my years, I mean, I say married for a very long time just to end up with a divorce and then find this dude. But this dude obviously was lurking. When he made his move, I'm available, I'm single again. And then it's like, you know, the relationship never ended in his mind. But this is the type of crazy that I have to deal with, you know, daily because he just decides to pop up. So, but what comes around definitely goes around. And is this karma working? Or is this just me pulling out of a rut? At least mentally. Because now I feel like, I can swim in this water. That's what I feel like. I can swim in any water. That's what I know. But when you get put on the back burner, when it comes to your personal safety, it's like an issue. And not only that, but I'd like to welcome people into my studio. And I'd like to say I'd like to welcome people to my home. What's left of it. And I think I feel ashamed that made me probably cringe the hardest that I ever had. Maybe make me less confident than I ever felt. So, well, anyways, hopefully that bad part of my life is over and we can keep going and do something else. You know, I was meant for I was meant for greatness. I was meant to be the greatest. I was meant to succeed to the ultimate all-time greatest ever. I have no doubt I'm gonna get there some way, somehow, in time. Though I can still say, nice try, but I'm not going anywhere. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Might sound different. Bye-bye.